Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be interviewing one of my dear friends, Tris, from the popular novel Divergent. For those of you who don't know, Divergent is an exciting science fiction novel written by Veronica Roth. It's very fascinating and will keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the book. For all of you readers who love adventure, I guarantee this one will be a home run. Now, before I get carried away, please welcome Tris. Hi Tris, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
So, this story takes place in the future, correct?
Yes.
Interesting. Can you please explain what it's like in this time period and how it came to be?
Well, many years from now, there'll be a civil war. And the scientists, they're like trying to discover what caused the civil war and why it was happening, basically. So eventually they discovered that the war happened because of the genetically damaged people. If you're genetically damaged, that means you're not the full personality that you humans are today. You don't have all the qualities, basically. So, the scientists were doing little experiments to find divergent people, which are the genetically healed people.
Right.
So, they made our group, the factions, in the Chicago area, and basically what it was 5 groups: Amity, Candor, Erudite, Dauntless, and Abnegation. So, Abnegation was the faction that I was in.
Right. Tell me more about that.
Yes. So Abnegation was the plain selfless faction. So basically, you were willing to give anything for others, and you were always offering stuff. Yeah.
Did you like that?
Well, no, not really. It wasn't really me. So when I turned 16, like everyone else, I took the aptitude test, which it basically determines what faction you really belong in. So basically they put you in this room and you have this simulator, and they put you through 3 or 4 different tests, and you have to choose between certain decisions until finally it comes to a conclusion. And then the tests, they don't decide anything fully. You have to make your own decision of what faction you really think you belong in.
So what were your...
Well, my results were divergent, which means I was genetically healed. But at the time, the people in my faction and all the other factions, since they had no connection to the outside world, they didn't know that Divergent was good. They thought that I was a threat and that I could possibly destroy their whole civilization, even though it was actually a good thing.
So what did you end up choosing then?
So I ended up choosing Dauntless. Dauntless is basically the more dangerous and exciting faction. I chose it because I didn't really like my old life as Abnegation, hiding in the corners, so I decided this would be a lot more, thrilling.
So that meant you weren't with your family anymore then, right?
No, I left my family.
So did you have friends then in your new faction?
Well, no one from Abnegation had come to Dauntless with me, but there were a few other imitates from other factions that I became friends with. I had a friend named Christina, Will, and Al. Those are my 3 closest friends. But Will and Al ended up passing away before the end of the invitation.
Oh! So did the people in Dauntless know you were Divergent, or was that a secret?
Well, I tried to keep it a secret for most of the time, but eventually my coach and trainer 4 found out. But he tried to keep it a secret as long as possible, because we eventually became close friends.
Okay, so in your faction then, you went through training, you said?
Yes, I went through 2 stages of training. In the first stage, it was basically fighting. I learned combat, how to shoot a gun and throw knives and basic stuff. And then during the second stage of training, I was in the simulator, and I had to face my biggest fears. I had 7 different fears, and since I was Divergent, I had fewer fears, and I got through the simulator faster than other imitates.
So I assume your training results were better than others then?
Well, I had an extremely low combat score, but my simulator score was much higher, so I ended up making it through training.
And then what job were you assigned to? Because I know that you guys were assigned to jobs.
Well, that's part of another story. So if you want to read Insurgent, the sequel to Divergent, then it will explain.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate you coming out, and I hope to see everyone next time for Insurgent.